Good morning, everyone. My name is Abi Aulia. I'm the first speaker from Universitas Malik Saleh, and today I would like to bring the motion that is meme investing does more harm than good to our society. First of all, we would like to have the definition of meme investing. Meme investing are basically when you're investing on a stock that is just kind of based on the rise of its popularity online because people are memeing over it on the internet. Basically, the first rose of it was back in January 2021 when people are investing a lot in this stock called GameStop. So GameStop was basically dying because it doesn't necessarily has a lot of revenue because the company of GameStop itself kind of like outdated because they kind of serve this kind of like services where you can buy games on the spot like offline instead of being online because that's what we're all doing today. So people are buying a lot of stocks from GameStop that is dying, but then because a lot of people start buying it, the stocks becomes rose overnight, and then a lot of people actually made a lot of fortune out of it. Okay, so that's enough of the definition. Then I would like to talk about how does meme stock work and how does it apply in our market. So basically GameStop, for instance, GameStop, they has like this cult following where people buy those stocks because people believe that this stock can be valued really high overnight. But at the same time, you don't necessarily have a lot of people who understand what investment means. This is kind of like the big problem. First problem that we have is that it is only based on the sudden rise of popularity. So these stocks aren't necessarily value oriented. People are just following the hype train. People are just following what this seems to be the right thing to do, what this seems to be the most vital thing to do right now, instead of believing how it is going to be, how the stock is going to be at the long run. This is only going to hurt a lot of people because when a stock is overvalued, overnight, when the stock is being bought by a lot of people at the same time, the price will plummet and it will go down as soon as possible. So a lot of people may actually bring a lot of fortune when they bought the stocks, but for people who are late into the trend, into the hype train, they will just kind of lose a lot of their money. So I think at the same time, it may seem like it's a really good thing because you can make a really high fortune overnight, but at the same time, it is a very risky thing to do. So it is not. It does more harm than good. The second of all, people seem to think that meme stocks are definitely one of the future of trading because of the meme culture, because how it seems like it's definitely one of the things that can actually works in the future because people are just memeing things days by days, and then we live in a society where Gen Z, one of the most generations that use meme, definitely thinks that they can actually rule something over the market. I think this is kind of like baseless because to be able to beat the market, you at least need to have some kind of knowledge, or instead of just kind of memeing over it. I think if you just kind of put down all of your money into this one investment that don't necessarily have any kind of value-oriented way towards it, I think it's just only gonna not work, and your stock only just gonna be worthless. So meme investing definitely not gonna work in the long time period. But if you're trying to like make a short money in a short amount of time, I think you probably can make it, but not that much. Okay, and I would also like to think that meme stocks are definitely hurting the market because there's a lot of people who are actually putting their times and works and sweat and blood to think about how the market is going to be. But then there's just this bunch of people on the internet that they don't really know what is happening on the market, but just because of the meme, they just kind of buy it all at once, and it kind of just hurting the other people who are trying to be a better person, who are trying to make a living out of it. So if you're trying to say that meme is one of the most sufficient way to be rich, I think that's completely baseless. If you're trying to be rich out of being in a stock market, I think you need to learn a lot of it, and you spend a lot of time to do so. So Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people actually getting booed by it. Also, the other example that I would like to bring is the Dogecoin type of thing. So, when Elon Musk actually tweeted about Dogecoin back then on his Twitter account, the coin actually rose a lot, and then that makes a lot of people buy it. And then yeah, it's just basically the same as meme stocks, but it's definitely not stocks because it's coin. But they do definitely have the same kind of idea. So I think that's a really good thing to do. Also, the other thing that I would like to talk about, perhaps meme stocks are definitely the end of. I think it just kind of shows how Generation Z lacks the understanding of what trading of and what is being on a market really is. So to think that we're able to make some kind of a huge impact to it, I think that's kind of like dangerous because we do have a lot of people, we do mass amount of people that can just change the market overnight. But if this just kind of keeps on happening, I think this is definitely gonna hurt us on the long run. So again, as I said, I think that meme stocks are definitely hurting. Does more harm than good to our society. Thank you very much.